Hello, and welcome back to the Calm and Connected podcast. I'm your host, Janine Halloran, and today we are talking about video games. I know that video games can sometimes get a bad rap. People have associated them with lots of negative sorts of things, but I actually really like video games because it's a nice way for families to connect. I know that seems a little bit strange and a little bit weird, and maybe you don't think so, but I'm going to tell you a little bit about my experience with video games and why I think it's a great way for families to connect. So first of all, I've always said this from the beginning, I'm a video game player. I like playing video games, and that started when I was a little girl. My brother is several years older than I am, and when we were little, he actually got the original Nintendo. And so I remember when he came home from the store and he had Duck Hunt, and it was really fun because it was me and my sister and my brother, and we were in this tiny little room in our house, and we were trying to play Duck Hunt, and I could not do it for the life of me. I was not very good at it, but it was really kind of something fun that we could bond over and we could enjoy together as a family. As we continued to grow, so did our video game collection. So we would play Mario Kart, we would play Mario Party, and it was really fun. It was really something that we enjoyed together as siblings. And still, as grown-ups, when we get together on Thanksgiving, sometimes we still play. Then, I met my husband, and we also play video games together. I would help him out if he got stuck in a video game. We would sit together on the couch and play video games together. He actually joined into some of the family games and would always be a little bit upset and amused at the fact that my sister and I would gang up on him in Mario Kart and take him out so that we could win. So video games have been part of my husband's life too. He grew up with video games as well, and he saved his money, and he bought game systems, and he played them himself as well, and he played them with his siblings. When we were growing up, we enjoyed playing it, so obviously when we had kids, we wanted to introduce them to that as well. So together as a family, we have a Switch, and that's one of my favorite systems for family play because it is so family friendly. There's lots of things that you can do, lots of games you can play that are cooperative, that are fun for kids and fun for adults. So, Mario Kart is still out there. There's Mario Kart 8 for the Switch. There is Mario Party. And what I love about Mario Party is that there's a lot of cooperative games. There's one section of the game that you can play. It's like a giant board game. But then there's other sections of the game where you just work together as a team, either 2 people or 3 people or 4 people. And it is so neat. It's a great way to work together. My kids will play different games other than Mario Kart games. They'll play Overcooked too. So that's where you have to, if you play by yourself, you're making all these different orders and you have to get them in the right order. It's actually a lot about executive functioning. The other thing about that game that I love is when there's 2 people playing together, then you have to coordinate with the other people. I actually don't really like playing the game with other people, but my kids enjoy it. So that's fun for them to enjoy that and play that. But it's one of those things. I know that it is not play for me. It's very stressful for me to play Overcooked for whatever reason, but they love it. My kids also play Minecraft cooperatively some of the time. They play Roblox together. So they work together. They may go into the same game in Roblox. They may go into the same world in Minecraft, build things together. My husband and I still play video games. We play Pokemon Go. We send each other gifts. It's really fun. So there's a lot to be said for that connection that can happen over video games. You share a language when you are playing video games together. I know what they're talking about if they're talking about a creeper. You know what I mean? So we have this sort of understanding of what's going on. They have an opportunity to teach, to show you some new things about video games. Now, are you going to enjoy every single video game they play? No, that's okay. But maybe find a game that you guys can all play together. Maybe it's an app you play. Maybe it's on the Switch. Maybe it's on Xbox. There's a lot of different things out there and a lot of different ways that you can play together as a family. I think of it as another way of playing. Digital play has become one of the play types now that's out there, and they're talking about it. And it makes a lot of sense. There is a lot of gameplay that happens on screens now. So it's something that we need to acknowledge, and it's something we need to help our kids learn how to manage. And that's why I also like to play video games with my kids, because I want them to understand there is a matter of balance. we can have screen time, we can watch TV, we can play a video game together, but then there's other things that we also like to do as a family. So it's not just all screens all the time. There's balance that comes into it. So yes, we play video games as a family, but we also go on walks as a family. We go on adventures as a family. We maybe do some cooking together as a family. So it's not just only screens, it's also showing there is a balance in life, that you don't always have to focus on screens, but it's something that you can do, and learning how to manage how much is too much. Do I need to take a break now? That kind of thing. I love that it's a way that we can connect and we can have a shared language and shared experiences, have something to talk about. It gives us an opportunity to practice conversations and practice, having talks about different things that are going on in the video game, or what would you do if you created a video game. It could lead to some really interesting discussions. The truth is, kids really like video games. It's about how we work with them to figure out what is a good balance, and how can we use that love of video games to connect with them. That's what I think. I think it's great, and I think it's cool, and I think you should try it. But I'd love to know what you think. So if you want to share with me what your thoughts on video games are, that'd be great. You can email calm@janinehalloran.com, or you can reach out to me on Encourage Play. If you like this podcast, please feel free to share it with your friends or colleagues. One last thing, don't forget about yourself. Take a few moments and do something fun for you, and have an awesome day.